In today's video, we are going to be making a defend the castle style game where we have an enemy that comes running in from the right side and we have our defender who's going to be just over here on the left side who tries to stop them from coming in. And then, the more that come in, the more maybe levels you can go up and upgrades, and there's lots of things we could do to this game, just depending on how long the video goes. So let's start with a blank scratch project, and we might just start by doing a little bit of setup. So I'm going to use the sprite as the main enemy. I'm going to call him enemy, and he's going to be our main guy that comes running across. I don't like the direction he's faced in, so I'm just going to go to costumes and flip horizontally, and I'm actually going to do it with both costumes like so. There we go. So just flip them both that way, and then going back to code, I'm also going to set the size to 25, and just for now I'm going to put him right back to the wall there, as far back as it will let me go. Alright, now I'm going to make a defender, so I'm just going to paint a new sprite, and I'm going to make the defender, we'll just go that color there, doesn't really matter, and our defender is just going to be a circle. Obviously we can make it better later and move that over there. Now that's a little big. I might just set that size to 50. Let's go 60. There we go. So we have our defender and we have our attacker. And last thing we just need a wall along here. And so I'm going to use a sprite for this one. And I'm going to go that orangey color we had before. I like that. I'm just going to make a wall. Oops, not a square. Just like so. And I'm going to make it quite big. Not that it needs to be, but let's just go the whole way it lets us. Alright, there's my wall. And I'm going to name that wall. Perfect. Alright, so there's sort of the start of our game. Now, we need our character. Let's move the wall right close to the character. There we go. We need our character to have some movement. The character needs to go up and down. So I'm going to just quickly make that. So I'm going to go when the flag is pushed, we are going to forever and an if, and this one here. And if you remember last time, we've got the duplicate trick where I right click and duplicate. Do that a couple of times. And then I'm going to grab the, what do I need here? I need the X and Y values to change, so X and X. And I actually don't think I need X. I actually want him to only go up and down. So I'm going to get rid of those two. And I'm going to put the Y in here. So we'll make that. I'm actually going to make this one a little different. Go W. And this one here I'm going to go S. You can go up and down if you prefer. There we go. And then these two, I'm going to just replace those with if touching color. If touching color, and I'm going to stick them in here. And that's, oh, do we really need that? I mean, he's never going to be able to leave. No, we probably don't even need that. Let's just get rid of it. And we'll put that in there. Just make sure this one here is negative. And now if I hit play, I can go up and down. Now the reason I've used that is my space bar is going to be my shoot option. And so I'd rather have my left hand being up and down and my right hand being shoot. But once again, it doesn't really matter, just on preference. So he's moving, that's great. Next is we want our character to move. Now we don't actually want this character here to be the one that attacks. We want clones of this character. So let's go to our enemy. And we're going to say that when the flag starts, forever, wait 1 second, and then create a clone. I'm going to put that before the wait 1 second. And then I'm going to say when I start as a clone. Now the first thing is I want it to go to the wall somewhere. So I'm going to put a go to in there. And where do I want it to go? Well, the lowest I want it to go is down here. Let's go right there. I want to go there. That is 229 and negative 164. Can you go back even more than that? I think you can. Let's go X to be 240 and Y to be negative 165. Okay, and then the highest I want is to be positive 169. All right, So if I grab this one in here, negative 165, and let's just go positive 165. All right, it's going to go there. Now, just to test it out, I'm then going to say change X by, not set, change X by negative 10. I'm going to put that in it forever. All right, let's just see what happens. Okay, great, it's moving. And just to make it a bit more random, I'm going to put a random between 0.25 and 2 seconds. So now, the 2 seconds is a bit much. I might go 1 second. Oh no, let's go 2. All right, I like it. So it's moving around. I just need to tell that first one to hide now so we don't see him. So we're going to say when I start hide and when I start the clone show. Here we go. Perfect. Now the other thing I would like to do is set the size. So it looks like we've got different ones coming out. Set size. Where is our size? Under looks. Set size to. We don't want 100%. We're just going to go a random between 25. Let's go 20 so we have small ones and 50. Let's see what that looks like now. All right, so some big ones. And show me a couple of small ones. Still big. There we go. Perfect. Now, I want it to delete if it hits that wall. So I'm going to say if touching the wall, then delete this clone. So let's see now. Gone. Gone. Cool. Let's make a variable while we're here, and we'll call this lives. And we'll set the wall, or every time it hits the wall, we'll change lives by -1. And when we start, we will set lives to, I don't know, 10. All right, let's see how this goes. There we go. So we're dropping a life each time. Perfect. Now I wouldn't mind these cats looking a little different when they come out too. So I might just change color by 25 and put that in there as well. Let's see if that works. Seems to be the same color for everyone. Of course, because it changes it by 25, we need to put a random in here between negative, I don't know what the negative value is here, negative 100 and positive 100. See what that does. There we go, all different types. And I guess what you could do if you're making this into a big game, you can make the enemies be, you know, depending on the color, might change their strength and level and all that stuff. Probably a bit too advanced for what we're doing today. All right, that's great. Next, we need to do our sprite. Now, our sprite needs to sort of throw something or shoot something to stop them, kind of like a Space Invaders kind of deal. So I'm going to make that now, and I'm going to just make it a little, make it red or a different color. Let's go purple. All right, and it's probably a little too big. Whoops, go back. Make it a little small. Oh, I can change the size later on. In fact, let's make it quite large because we'll edit the size later. There, I like that. And let's give it some design in there, hey? What do I want it to look like? No, that looks terrible. I'm just going to put a little red or a green. Oh, let's go back. Unselect. Whoops, whoops. Unselect. Yep, cool. And then I'm going to put a little stripe going down the middle. I'm going to do it with a line. With the right color selected too. Alright, well that didn't come out so good, but feel free to design yours in any way you like. So I'm going to now go back to this. I'm going to just set that size to 20. There we go, I like that. And I'm going to say here that when we start, I want this to, and we need it to always go to our character. So when we start forever, if spacebar, where's spacebar? If key space is pushed, then we're going to create a clone of ourselves. And when we start the clone, we are going to go to sprite 1. We should have given it a name defender, but that's fine. Go to sprite 1. So it's going to, wherever he is going to go to the sprite 1. Then forever change X by 10. Not set, change X by 10. Let's just see if that works. Now look at that problem there. I can just hold it down and it lasts forever. Now it's not doing anything to our enemies yet. We need to fix that, but it's doing something. All right, let's make the enemies disappear first. So in our enemies, we're going to say if touching the sprite 2, then we will delete this clone. I like that. All right, let's see if that works now. There we go. They're all being deleted. Now, problem is, look how many are just sitting on the wall there. We don't want that. So go back to our sprite, this one, and we're going to say if touching the edge, then we will delete this clone. We're also going to go if touching the sprite 1, what's the enemy? No, if touching enemy, then we're also going to delete this clone. So they both should delete. Let's see if this works. It does. I'm just worried. Yeah, it doesn't really delete the clone, does it? Well, instead of that, why don't we say hide? Alright, I'm also going to make it so you can't just spam. I'm going to put a weight 0.5 in there. So let's see now. Now that's too long of a weight. 0.25. Let's try that. Oh, I'm hitting these ones and they're not deleting. I wonder if this hide thing is stopping it. Let's try again. Yeah, it's the hide. So what I reckon we have to do is if touching enemy, weight 0.25 and then hide. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I might just make it 0.1. Just enough so the other code can activate. That one didn't delete at all. Interesting. Needed that one. Maybe we'll do the delete this clone. Let's try that. I think I know why some delete and some don't. Some of them, this happens first. So I'm just going to get rid of that altogether. Rather than trying to fix it, I could broadcast a message and fix it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to have it so one will just continuously go all the time. Yep. Okay. I like it. I also need this to hide. So let's say hide and then show when it starts. So that one should go now. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so that is working as far as the enemies are coming. One last thing I might do for the cat is I'm going to say when I start as a clone, I'm going to add another forever in here. Or maybe I can just do another when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone forever, I want to change the costume. Next costume. I'm not sure how that's going to look. Oh, there we go. Looks like they're actually running along now. There we go. That's kind of cool. And that's just because we have 2 costumes set and we're just alternating between the 2, as you can see there. Just going between them. I like it. Okay, cool. We might make a title screen now. So we're going to go over to our paint option. And I'm going to call this start screen. And I'm going to say defend the castle. And just make that a little bit bigger. Defend the castle. I'm going to call this backdrop game. Okay, I'll start there. Go back to code. And I'll just code all this on. Doesn't really matter. I'll put it all on the wall because the wall doesn't do anything. For now, I'm going to say when the flag is pushed, go to set backdrop to start. Cool. So it goes there. And then I'm going to say, let's make our little button here to start the game. There, we'll just say start. Make that a color we can see. Don't mind if it's ugly there. There we go. I'm just going to put these 2 things in the middle. And then move that to the center. On this sprite, I'll say when this sprite is clicked, go to next backdrop, and then I'm also going to say hide. But I also need to show that when we start, it needs to show. So play, start, cool. Then I need to go to our enemy and say when the flag is clicked, you need to hide. And then I'll put an event. When the backdrop switches to game, then you can show. Which means I need to fix something here. No, that's fine. Oh, I'm not sure if that's going to trigger it. Let's just hit play. Yeah, that's going to start it. Let's go under here and say when backdrop switches to game, then this should begin. Let's try that now. Great. Now on the wall, we're going to need the same. I'm just going to drag this one across to there and drag that one across to there and see if that makes the wall work. Cool. And I'm going to do the same for our sprite, that one and that one. Start. All right, defend the castle. Start. I like it. Cool. Now we need to add in, we might do a second level here. So if you can destroy 10 of them, then it might go to a second level. I like that. Don't want to get too complicated, but I think that's what we'll do. So the aim of the game is to progress through levels. I guess once you've made 2 levels, you could, theoretically make 100 levels. So let's make a second level. And to know that it's a second level, what I might do is switch that color as well. Yeah, let's do that. So let's make something here. We're going to go variables and we're going to go level. And we will say every time that we hit one of the clones, so that's in here, if touching edge, delete it. No, it was in this one. If touching sprite 2, delete this clone. Let's go there and we're also going to say change the, oh, we don't want level. We actually would rather have score instead of level. So let's go score. We will still use level, but we'll change that. Change score by 1. And let's just see if that works. Defend the castle. Yep, great, great. Cool, scores going up. Cool. Then we'll say if, we'll do a new one here actually. If equals, if, what am I looking for? If score equals 20, then we will set level to 1. Let's go 2. So when we start the game, let's put it here. When the game starts, not change, we would like a set. We will set level to 1, and we're just going to set our score to 0. Perfect, level 1. Alright, let's see if score goes up. It does. Alright, so if score equals 20, set level to 2. And we'll put a forever in there. And we'll say when it starts. Alright, so now we need a way of doing something if the score goes to the next level. So we're going to say set that to there, and then we're also going to go to our new backdrop. So our new backdrop, I'm going to make this one look slightly different and just put a very slight coloring over it. I don't know, let's go that. Can I just paint the whole thing? No, I can't. But I can just put a big green tinge over the whole lot. Perfect. I'm going to call this one level 2. I might just call this one, not start, but start up there. Call instead of game level 1. Okay. So now, as soon as I get 20, it should, once I put that little bit of code in, where is it here? Switch to level 2. And then I can also say set level there. I could probably just get rid of the set level and just say go to level 2. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it easy. So just say switch backdrop to level 2. Now, where I'm scared here is if I kill 2 at once and it goes level 21, but I think that's okay. Just for testing, I'm going to make this with 10. No, actually, I'm going to keep what I had before. Level 2. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that, because I might use that for something bonus coming up. Alright, let's see if this works. There's my score. I think I found the strategy here in this game. Alright, cool. So that jumped to level 2. Now, it might be nice to say something like level 2 over the top. Maybe what I could just do is have the main character say level 2. Let's do that. So here, I'll say when flag is pushed, if level equals 1, then I'm going to get it to say level 1 for 2 seconds. I'm going to duplicate that, put it there. If it equals 2, I'm going to say level 2 for 2 seconds. Alright, play. Start. Level 1. Alright, say it for the 2 seconds. I've got it in the forever, so it's actually going to say it forever. I wonder if I just put it like that. Level 1. Alright, now let's get to level 2. And no, it didn't say it. Alright, I'm just going to put here when backdrop switches to level 2. There we go. I don't even think I need the if in there. I could just say that. Yeah, that's much easier. When backdrop switches to level 1, say level 1. Perfect. Alright, last but not least, we need our game over screen, so we're going to say, we can do it in our sprite forever. If our score, or live, sorry, if our lives is less than 1, then, and we need this when we start, then we are going to switch our backdrop, and obviously not level 2, but we need to switch it to our game over one. And what we also might do is just do a stop all. Stop all. Alright, let's make our game over screen we'll just call this end. You lose. And change the font there. You lose. And just change, where did I code that? Change that to end. Stop all. And then I need everything to hide if it goes there. So you can use very similar code to this. Duplicate that. I'm going to say end. And hide. Where's hide? Looks. Hide. Alright, I can put that over everything. Alright, let's try it out. Start. Level 1. And I'm currently stopped because my score is on 0. I think I stuffed something up there. Why did that? There we go. The bug has been fixed. I need to make sure I get to level 2 here, and then I'm going to let the attackers win. Might be one more thing I do here just to make the game a bit more fun. Alright, so we got to level 2. Let's let them win. You lose. Fantastic. Now the difference between level 1 and level 2 is nothing at this point. So what I can do for there is, here I've got where it's setting their size and that's their speed. I'm actually going to go if, put this down here, if level, and this is why I want to keep level in, if level equals 1, duplicate that, if level equals 2, if level equals 1 and level equals 2, put this, I might, yeah, no, it needs to go in here. If level equals 1, then their speed is going to be -5. However, if level equals 2, their speed is going to be -20. So depending on the level. So if we try again now, I cannot move. Why can't I move? If life's less than, okay, can I move? This stop all seems to be causing some problems. So I'll just leave this stop all out of there. Alright, I want to see this get to the next level. This is really simple at this point. Wow. Excuse me. That is way too fast. But you can see how you can up the level. And I mean, other things you could do is you could say, you could add a shop in somewhere that, you know, you can use your score. When you get a certain amount of score, you can purchase faster shooting or rapid fire and all that stuff. There's so much you could add to this to make it a full complete game. But we're probably going to stop there. That's almost 30 minutes of this video. That'll show you a good range of different things you can do with Defend the Castle. And yes, you can add more to it later on. One more tip, if you double click these will go a bit smaller. So you might put lives up there, and you might put, you know, the level somewhere as well. I don't know. You can make it look a bit prettier. But that's a lot of skills in there, from cloning to making different backdrops, moving between them, making multiple clones, ones that delete each other out. So I hope you learnt something in this video.